I'm Renee Marie, and I have my sunglasses on because it's the 4th of July, and we're celebrating the beach and everything that's happening with 4th of July. It's an awesome celebration. Today we have a really, really interesting, great show. I'm going to take my sunglasses off. Don't take yours off, Bobby, because I'll put mine back on. But today we have a really very interesting show. It's the topic today. The round table topic is high blood pressure, and then we're going to roll into Michelangelo. He's our videographer, and he's actually the telethon executive producer. We've established that. So to my right is Joe, our special correspondent. Welcome, Joe.
Hi, thank you.
And
good to be back.
And there's Bobby Baby Walker, my
Howdy,
co-host. First, before we continue, we're really happy and privileged and really blessed for Joe to be here today. Joe had a setback that he kind of had an accident, which we won't go into the details, but he really did suffer from, once again, from aphasia. When he called me that evening when he got home from the emergency room, he really was stuttering very, 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 very intensely. And most of you know that prior, Joe was on all the shows and he spoke clearly. And he still has a little bit of a stutter, a little bit. So tell us, just really briefly, because I know you can't go into too many details,
Right.
but...
Right. Well, with the fall, I suffered a severe brain concussion, which led to swelling and a lot of other problems, the nausea, dizziness, just equilibrium off. It's just a whole conglomerate of symptoms that go along with a concussion. But like anything else, with time, it should clear up.
Yeah, well...
So that's the main thing.
We're all happy to hear that.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
And thank you for all your support and everything.
Yeah. The scary thing was, when we have strokes, our brains are affected severely. And all of a sudden, he had a fall, and he really did have a very serious concussion, very serious. So it's really, we are very happy to have you here today.
And I'm glad to be here.
Yes.
And thanks for all your support,
You're
love,
welcome.
prayers, and everything.
Yeah, it works, right?
It certainly
It
does.
works. It works.
It does.
So for the viewing audience, we just want to reiterate what aphasia is.
Yes.
Aphasia is when you have a stroke
Or brain injury.
or brain injury. It affects your ability to speak and it's kind of like a jigsaw puzzle that you can't put together.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And it makes it very difficult to communicate. And
I'm just laughing because your sunglasses were Bobby. But no, what you're saying is really, really, really,
It's
serious
true.
stuff.
right.
Serious
And,
stuff.
We're glad to see that Joe was able to come back from that.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. Usually it takes a longer time to come back from it. And we're glad that...
And I'll tell you a
Thank you,
key.
Bobby.
I'll tell you a key to why Joe is so well. It really takes us as stroke patients to do the work, to really push to get it better. As hard as that sounds, I know that my family and my friends couldn't help me to get better. They could support me, they can love me, they could be there for me, but they couldn't do the work for me. I'm the one that had to stutter through the words, and I'm the one that had to push to push myself to get better. And that's why you're so persistent, because you No is not in our vocabulary word. No is not in our vocabulary word.
No. Like I said on the phone, it's going to take a lot more to keep me down. And I just want to add one thing to what Bobby said about aphasia, which is absolutely true. Everything he said. But anybody who suffered any type of injury or suffered from aphasia, the scariest thing is you're absolutely trapped in your body. Your mind knows what it wants to say, but you cannot get the words out. Even today I'm having trouble, not like I did several days ago, but it's a horrible feeling. No one should ever have to go through that.
And I imagine that it's kind of like having claustrophobia in your own body.
Absolutely.
And it is.
It is.
And you know what I remember as one of the key things is your fear. You have this fear of the unknown. You have no idea of what's going to happen, or if it's going to be end of your life, and our brains are so combobulated that we just don't know. We're all over the place.
I think it's discombobulated.
Discombobulated. Right. Well, see, I had a Bobby. Stop. You're. See, that's why we need to work together as a team.
There you
right.
go.
That's why we need. But let's.
I didn't tell anybody about the accident that I had 6 weeks ago. So all 3 of us have it.
Yeah. Aphasia is, and that's one of the before we get into the high blood pressure. Aphasia is one of my passions because, when you have a stroke, you could physically see that your body is off. You could see something is wrong. But when you have aphasia, it's the mind. And if out in the universe, when I'm talking to somebody and I can't communicate to them and I can't get the words out, most people, not everybody, but most people will look at they'll think to themselves, what's wrong with them? Or, are they drunk, or are they wrong? And the honest truth is, it's a result. It's a result of a brain injury or stroke. Right. And it's really, that's why this show is so important for aphasia and for strokes.
Extremely important.
Yes. So let's go on. Sam Geffen is the gentleman who we did an interview off-site. We did an interview in a studio, a small studio, called Renee Marie Stroke of Luck Extra. We figured we'd have an extra. Hi, it's Renee Marie here on Stroke of Luck Internet TV show. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. Joe's backyard. But we really want to get aphasia and stroke awareness out to everybody, and we really only have 1 hour a week to do that, and there's so much information, so we really wanted to get them to do it. So Sam Geffen came to my studio, and Michelangelo, who we're going to talk about later on in the show, because Michelangelo had just a big surgery done, and Sam Geffen's brother had high blood pressure, so we're going to show you the video right after the commercial. But before we do, we're going to talk a little bit about high blood pressure. The high blood pressure is, what do they call it, Joe?
The silent killer. Because with high blood pressure, you don't really have any symptoms. Symptoms occur depending on the person and depending on how high the pressure goes.
Right. And you know what? To me, what's a little bit scary about high blood pressure is honestly, I never thought it was as serious as it is. I never thought it was as serious as, my father always had high blood pressure as I was growing up, and he just took a tablet every day. And I just figured it was something that was so normal, but I didn't realize how the cause could cause heart attacks and could cause strokes.
And you know what, Renee? I was like you too.
Right.
I never really realized how bad it was.
Right. Right.
Until a friend of mine had a stroke, and well, actually, it was a brain aneurysm
Right.
and from high blood pressure,
Right.
and it was over, just like that.
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Right.
so.
So we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, you'll see the interview between myself and Bobby Baby Walker was there, and Sam Geffen, and the interview is pretty interesting, and his message that he wants to give to everybody. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
YesWeCare.net is a 501c3 charity that provides help to veterans and their families. Please visit YesWeCare.net and donate in any way you can by purchasing our beautiful frame prints or relaxation CDs and DVDs, even smooth jazz CDs. YesWeCare.net. Remember, our troops are on their way home. They need all the support they can get. YesWeCare.net.
Hi, it's Renee Marie from Stroke of Luck at Madhouse TV. We're going to go to an interview that we did that I spoke about before with Sam Geffen. But before we go, Bobby, you have some pretty interesting information.
Yeah, I'd like to share with the audience that as many as 73 million Americans have high blood pressure, and 1 in 4 with high blood pressure, there's 1 in 4, every 4 adults, right? And 31% are not aware that they have it.
Wow. And this is very interesting. That rolls right into the interview really very well, because most people have a high blood pressure, are on medicines. And you'll see in this interview that Sam's brother Michael was taking medicines. And so watch, and you'll see and hear his message. Hi, it's Renee Marie here on Stroke of Luck Internet TV show. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. It's my pleasure to be here. We began this program a few weeks ago, and the purpose of the show is for stroke awareness and aphasia awareness. As most of you know, if you're my followers, and for those of you who've never heard of me, I suffered a stroke 25 years ago in 1989, and that's why my purpose is to make stroke and aphasia awareness. I actually wrote a book named Stroke of Luck, which is where we got the TV program from. I'm here today with my co-host Bobby Baby Walker. Yay! Hello. And a special guest and a great friend named Sam Geffen. Nice to see you, Sam.
Nice seeing you.
Thank you. Sam and I, let's just give me a little back history on us. Sam and I know each other from Wanakee Reserves. Wanakee Reserve is one of the careers I have in my life as a lifestyle director. And Sam is a technical guru at Wanakee Reserve. And it wasn't until I started telling Sam of my internet TV program that he told me a little story. And I've known Sam for, how many years have I known you, Sam?
I would say about 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, and I never knew. I
Right.
never knew your story about your brother.
Right.
Tell us. I know his brother had high blood pressure, and actually, it's a family hereditary in your family, right?
That's correct. My mother had a high blood pressure,
Right, right,
and she was taking medicine for it.
right.
And so is my brother.
Wow.
He was taking the medicine too until one day he decided, after he went to the doctor to do a checkup, that everything was okay. So he made a decision on his own, simply not to take the medicine anymore.
Wow. Wow.
And about a year later, I believe at the age of 52, on the way to work, he started to feel bad. And he managed to turn the car around, drive back home, and he collapsed as soon as he walked into the house.
Wow. Wow.
And from there, they took him to the hospital, and he had a major stroke.
Wow. You have high blood pressure also, am I correct?
Actually, I'm being treated for preventative
Oh, okay.
high blood pressure. I'm at risk for high blood pressure.
Oh, okay. I
so,
thought you had it. That's really good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
yeah.
So, all right. So,
But like his brother, I'm not that good at, taking it, and so
right. Right.
that I may be at risk.
Sam, I remember you telling me that your parents actually your parents are from Israel. They would live in Israel.
Correct.
And they were here in America visiting, am I correct?
They were visiting me, and we got a phone call from Israel from my sister that my brother had a major stroke, and we booked up a flight the next day to go to Israel.
Wow.
My father, my mother, and myself, and from the airport directly to the hospital.
Wow. Wow. Now, let's backtrack a little bit because you had said that your brother was on high blood pressure medicine like you are yourself.
Correct.
Correct? And he was at a level ground where he was stable,
Correct.
right? And his blood pressure was at the average rate, I guess, 120 over 80. That's the average rate. Doesn't mean that everybody is that, but that's the average rate. And he was that way for a year.
He was, yes, for about a year. He was on the medication, and he was doing very well with it. And he went to the yearly checkup, and the doctor told him, "You're doing fantastic." And he figured out he doesn't need the pills anymore because he's doing so good
But he never got that from the doctors. He decided to do that himself.
on his own. He failed to
own.
understand that the reason he's doing good is only because he's using the medication.
Right.
That's the part that he failed to understand. He thought
Right.
it was a cure, and this particular medication, it's not a cure, it's only to stabilize your blood pressure.
Right.
And if you go off the pill, okay, it's going to come right back.
Wow.
Well, I just want to mention that I had a friend that I actually didn't know that she had high blood pressure, and she was home one day, and she wasn't feeling well, and she went into her room, and she just kind of dropped,
Wow.
and she had a brain, what do you call that?
An aneurysm?
An aneurysm,
Right.
right. She
Right.
had an aneurysm, and they couldn't do anything for her.
Sam, do you know what kind of stroke your brother had? Because
Yeah.
I know there's aneurysms. Actually, one of the vessels in my brain collapsed. So there was 4. Now I'm working on 3. What kind did your brother
It's
have?
an aneurysm.
An aneurysm?
It was, I believe, the left side of the brain. And if you looked at the X-ray, it was completely dark.
Wow.
It was completely flooded with blood.
Wow.
Then it paralyzed, I believe, the right side of the body. I
Wow.
believe the left takes care of the right side of the body.
Right,
if I
right, because
understand correctly.
that's my right side is affected because of it was a left hemisphere stroke.
Right.
So,
So immediately it's affected his vision,
mhm.
his speech, and he was obviously paralyzed and he couldn't walk anymore.
Wow. And he was alive for a number of years.
He was alive for 20 years.
Wow. When did he pass, Sam?
He passed away about 3 years ago
Oh, so okay.
at the age of, I believe, 73.
So he lived. Wow, he lived.
He lived for
Where did he live, if you don't mind me asking?
in Israel.
But I'm in a nursing home.
No,
or in
he
a
was
home?
taken care by someone they hired from the Philippines, a Filipino guy that took care of him almost for 20 years.
Wow. Wow. He's got to be like family now.
Well, he's back in the Philippines at the moment because my brother is no longer alive.
Yeah.
But yes, he was kind of a family, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he basically stayed in a place with his wife, and they designated a room for him, and the Filipino was taking care of him
Wow.
day and night.
Wow. Wow. So I know you were really your purpose behind telling your story is
The conclusion is very, very simple. If you have a high blood pressure, take it very serious.
Yeah.
That's not something you can ignore. And if you need to take medication, make sure you take the medication and you don't stop.
right.
The medication is not a cure. It's only to keep the blood pressure on a certain level
Right.
balanced.
Right.
And if you go off the medication, it's going to come right back up and it may cause a big problem.
Right. 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 Now we had spoken about, and Bobby knows I really believe in this, and all of us believe in it, that you really need to have preventative medicine with what you eat.
Well, diet is something that's very, very important, and it should be started from a young age. And that's something you really should pay attention to and follow it up.
You know, people think of all these, right, Bobby? People think of all these fads and the diets, and the honest truth is, if you eat healthy, you eat meats, you eat fruits, you eat vegetables. I actually saw on the Katie show a good way to find out, to be aware that you're eating something healthy, and that is to have things in one component, like meat in one component, or fruit in one component, or salad in one component. You're not mixing things up or in because you don't know what you're eating when you do that.
Right. Well, back in the day, there used to be a chart that required that you eat so much carbohydrates.
Wasn't it a pyramid?
I do remember something that it looked like a pyramid,
Right.
but they required that the nutritionists required that you eat so much carbohydrates, so much vegetables, so much meat, and what portion you should have to be healthy. Okay,
Right.
and as far as I can see, it worked
Right.
until they started changing it, and now it's a little different.
Yeah.
I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but it's different.
So, Sam, what do you recommend? Like, what do you eat on for a healthy days?
The main thing is stay away from fats.
Really?
That's number one.
You believe that? I don't know anything, but I mean, if you think about the Atkinson's diet, right? I go out with a friend that's on the Atkinson diet. He eats about 20 pieces of bacon in the morning.
I know
And
that
I don't know whether I'm not one to say whether it's right or wrong. But all I'm saying, that's very interesting. Your take. Why do you believe that?
Well, I know a lot of people used to be on Atkins diet and they didn't do that well. So
They didn't do that well with the diet. It didn't do that well with their health.
With their health.
Wow.
Okay, so my belief is personally is a lot of fruit and vegetables, and try to stay away from red meat as much as you can. Mainly, I would say chicken and fish.
Wow.
and a lot of fruit and vegetables. And if you do that, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, I really
And
believe.
the most important thing is exercise.
Yeah, I know.
You should have at least between maybe 20 to 40 minutes a day, some type of exercise, if it's walking or some kind of aerobics or maybe a little bit of weightlifting.
Do
you
I
know?
work when I run around in Wanacue?
A lot, definitely.
Do I exercise?
Definitely.
I heard I don't because they say that it's not, you don't get your heart rate going. But the people get my heart rate going.
And I'll tell you another secret. When you go to a shopping center,
Oh, shopping centers. I
don't
like
ever-
shopping centers.
don't ever look for the closest parking spot.
Oh,
Always park your car in the farthest corner of the parking
yeah.
parking
That's a
lot
good idea.
and just walk.
That's a good idea.
Okay, and if you do that every time, it's another thing that can add to your exercise
Yeah,
routine.
yeah. I actually went. My daughter Brittany had she was counting the steps on her phone when we went for a walk one day. Do you know how many steps you're supposed to have every day, Sam?
No, I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No, I don't know that.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, do you do any rituals in honor of your brother, in memory of your brother, or?
I just came back from Israel about 3 weeks ago, and I went to visit his grave, and it was very sad, but it is what it is, and let's see if we can do this show, and by doing this show, prevent other people from getting
Yeah,
strokes.
well,
And
Yeah, that's actually why we have begun to do stroke of luck awareness, and that's why I created my foundation, Renee Marie's Language of Love, because we really believe that strokes don't have the most notoriety. People aren't aware so much of strokes because when you think of a stroke, you just think of, my grandmother had a stroke, or you really don't put together that young people can have a stroke. As a matter of fact, we just did Judy's Run. Judy's Run is a foundation which we work very closely with, and there was a little girl, I believe she was 11, right? She was about 11, and she spoke about her brother who was born with a stroke. So it can start at any specific age, and it really doesn't matter what age, what color, what race. It has no boundaries. No boundaries.
I think is if people are going to stop to stay to themselves, it's never going to happen to me, because usually that's what people thinking, okay? It's never going to happen to me, and that was a start. And I think it's wrong. It can happen to anybody.
Yeah, and I really, in my life, I think one of the biggest things, and this is at the end of my book, this is the last line in my book, that it says, life is a gift.
Correct. I agree.
Life is a gift. And every single moment of every single day, you need to be grateful for the gift and not waste time on things that hurt other people. Let's support each other. Let's do things that can better each other's lives. Let's uplift. Let's give all we can give.
You said it all.
Oh. Okay, well, Sam,
I do want to say that our opinions, we're not doctors. But
no, we're far from doctors.
Right, but we do have information about these things.
Yes, yes.
And we're trying to share it to enlighten our audience.
I think our biggest, what's the word I'm looking for, place in the world is to share stories about people. And those stories will make people aware of the strokes and aphasia. Because, you can always hear the word strokes and you can always hear the word aphasia, but you really don't put it together with a person or a story. And I really think that these stories in this program and all the programs that we do, and everybody around the world who has had a stroke. And if you go online to find the National Stroke Association and either any kind of stroke location or aphasia, that there really are a lot of stories out there. And I had the pleasure of meeting Mark McEwen, who had a stroke in 2007, and I know that Randy Travis just suffered a stroke recently, and I actually know that Oprah Winfrey's mom had a stroke. So there's what's that? Who? Brett Michaels. Oh, that's right, Brett Michaels. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Michael, for telling me of Brett Michaels. Michael Angelo is our videographer and executive producer of our Language of Love telethon. So let's hear from Michael. Woo! So anyway, Sam, I'm really happy that you, and honored that you took the opportunity to share the story. And, through this venue that we have, we could touch the world, because the people in Israel, once we hook this up, I could send you a link for it, a YouTube video link, and the people in Israel can watch. Do you speak Israel?
I mean, speak Hebrew.
Hebrew, sorry.
Absolutely.
So why don't you say a few words in Hebrew, because when they're watching it, they'll be able to hook on. So say a few words.
Okay.
Not that I'll understand you, but
יש לה חשיבות גדולה מאוד ל-high blood pressure, שזה לחץ דם גבוה, ואם לא משגיחים על זה, זה יכול לגרום למה שנקרא שיתוק מוחי, וגם הנושא של הדיאטה הוא חשוב מאוד. צריך לקחת את זה לתשומת לב.
Could you translate for us, just
Yeah,
quickly?
So
why I'm asking is because when I do post, what I'll do is we're going to have the show, but we'll also clip only that portion of it.
Right.
And we'll put it on YouTube, and I want to be able to describe on the bottom what you're saying so that everybody can tap in.
Yeah, well, I basically said that the high blood pressure is can be responsible for strokes, and you need to, to take your medication and to use it, and also watch your diet, because there's a lot to do with how your body will behave.
Right.
That's basically what I said.
And could you do us a favor and say hi to everyone in Israel for us?
Absolutely. Shalom lekulam.
Shalom. Shalom?
Shalom.
Shalom.
Very
Bye.
good.
Phone call.
Hi, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in 2 seconds.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
Hi, welcome back to Renee Marie's Stroke of Luck. Welcome back to Renee Marie's Stroke of Luck. It was pretty important about high blood pressure. So we hope that you will take into account, if you know anybody that has high blood pressure, to really explain to them how serious it is. And like we've said, and we said in that video, we're not doctors. We don't know anything about the medical. We really don't. Our purpose in life is to just bring awareness to certain situations.
Right, and we also get our information from books, from doctors, etc., etc. But we are not doctors ourselves. So please check with your own doctor if you have any concerns.
Yes, and really check with your own doctor. Don't go on the internet to find out, because the internet, as wonderful as it is, it's also scary. So don't go on the internet. Just, you can go on the internet, if you want to do some research, but really set an appointment up with your doctor and go to your doctor and really follow up with your doctor. And I really recommend, if the doctor wants to do something, or put you on a medicine you're not sure about, get a second opinion. That's the best bet.
Always
is to get
back it up with a medical opinion.
Yes.
With a live person.
Yes. So we're going to roll into, first of all, I'm going to put my sunglasses on because we're done with being serious. Because the next topic is the gentleman that worked on the video, and that's Renee Marie's Language of Love's videographer and executive producer for our telethon, and that's Michelangelo. Could we put a video?
Weren't we waiting for a phone call?
Well, he hasn't called back, but we could show my. Open heart surgery just recently.
Right, and he had a defibrillator implanted.
Right.
And because he had arrhythmia, and that is a disorder of the heart rate or the rhythm of the heart. It means that the heart beats too quickly or too slowly or with irregular patterns.
Right.
Most arrhythmia results from problems in the electrical system of the heart. If your arrhythmia is serious, you may need a cardiac pacemaker or an implantable cardioverter.
Yeah, we're not. That's probably what that's.
Defibrillator.
Yeah,
right.
that's what you
An
need
ICD.
to have a defibrillator. Right. We have defibrillators in Wanacue also. Defibrillators. But Joe, you know a little bit of information because your father had a defibrillator also put in.
They're pretty much, for the most part, a combination. It's a pacemaker defibrillator. If the heart rate goes, like Bobby said, either too fast or too slow, the person who has the defibrillator in has a certain heart rate. If it picks up too many irregularities or anything that it feels like it goes into AFib, then the defibrillator will kick in and actually shock the
Monitor.
heart
Right.
Oh, wow.
internally,
And
as
monitor.
you
Wow.
would
Right.
in where you work. You have
How do you
the
like looking at my
outside-
sunglasses?
It's great.
Good.
You know, so instead of having external paddles, this is
Right.
an internal.
Wow.
And then what it does is it shocks the heart into a normal sinus rhythm.
Can you, I got to ask Michael this question because Michael would know, but can you feel it?
Yes, it's like a little cigarette pack.
No, can you feel it when it shocks the heart?
Oh,
Yeah, of course.
I was told it feels like a horse kicks you in the chest.
Wow.
That's how powerful.
Wow.
And a friend of
Wow, that's
mine,
scary.
it's very scary. A friend of mine, his went off while driving, and he wound up in a tree because
Wow.
you actually black out.
Wow. We're going to have to do a show with Michael on that.
Oh,
one, Michael.
absolutely.
But I tell you, the gift is that Michael is doing very, 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 very well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I am so happy. That's my
Yay!
friend.
Woo!
Michael.
Yay, Michael.
Angelo. All right.
Michael's actually the person that introduced us to Madhouse TV.
Right.
So we're really blessed to have Michael on our team.
Yep.
You know, and he actually has been working really. He's gotten a lot of video jobs lately. You know, God is so good. God said, take care of yourself. Then I
And
will.
I will take care of you.
take care of you.
That's
And
right.
he really has gotten a lot of videos. He did our video that you just saw, and he continues to do videos. And we actually have a whole bunch more video clips that we'll put up on YouTube or Renee Marie's Language of Love or Renee Marie Stroke of Luck's website. But we want to show you a video that Michelangelo is really proud of. He just is working for a tribute artist, a Michael Jackson tribute artist, and he really has done phenomenal work. So let's show a little bit of that video clip for 1 second.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Delesio James, and it was videoed by Michelangelo. And actually, his name is Michelangelo Garcia.
Ooh.
All right. So we want to put the whole name in there. So
Yeah.
And if you like to have a video done by Michael,
Yes. Yes.
you know, call Madhouse.
Yeah.
We'll hook you
Yeah.
up.
or his website. Are we running that across the bottom of the screen, the information? I don't think so.
No.
His website is There You Have It Productions. There it is it there now? There You Have It Productions. It's on this screen. So that's awesome. There You Have It Productions, and his email address should be there. But if you have any questions, of course, you can always go through Madhouse TV to find it. We're really happy that Michael does a great job and he's doing what he loves, and he really does a phenomenal work. And the thing about Michael is his heart and his soul is really in it. His
Right,
heart and his
right.
soul is really in it.
Right.
So,
And they made it better. They cut him open and made it better.
That's
yeah,
right.
they cut him open. I think our whole team is like having
Some kind of medical issues.
Tune-up. We're all having a
Everybody's
turn-up.
having two of
our
them.
second phase of life, you know. So on my back.
Yeah, but we're happy.
Joe
We're happy
and
that
Bobby.
Michael got through his
Yeah,
heart issue
absolutely.
very
Yeah.
well.
Absolutely.
He's
I know.
back to normal. He's not
He
even
really
back
is.
to normal.
No, he's better.
better than normal.
He's better.
Yeah.
He's better. He's
Yeah,
really
he-
good.
yeah.
He's really good.
So-
So, what are you guys doing this weekend? Today's the 4th of July weekend. Any exciting stuff going
4th
on?
of July weekend. Oh,
For me, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bobby.
I'm sleeping.
I'm recuperating. Renee?
I'm just hanging out with you guys.
I'll sing to that.
Yes. But Bob from Judy's Run will be calling us in a few minutes, and he's going to tell us about his Judy's Run, not Judy's Run, the car show
The car
he's having
show,
in August.
August 10th.
August 10th.
Yes.
He'll be doing that. And, of course, we're going to be selling candles in a few weeks for the Language of Love Foundation and actually for the telethon. That's going to support the telethon. So that's really exciting. We hope that next week or the week after, we'll give you the code that you put in. You go to yankeecandlefundraisers.com. You can order anything online that you want to order. You put the code number in, and 40% of the proceeds come to the telethon money. You know, the
Right.
telethon supports the telethon.
Right, and the telethon money is going to be divided between the
Renee Marie's Language of Love, Judy's Run, and of course the National Stroke Foundation.
Right.
So I'm really, what's that? Oh,
Phone.
here he is.
phone call.
Hello, it's Renee Marie Stroke of Luck.
Hi, Renee. How you guys doing?
Hi,
How
Bob.
you doing, Bob? Yeah.
My ears must have been ringing. We were just talking about you.
Oh, I was good.
Very
Good.
very
So we
good.
were just, I know you wanted to chat about the high blood pressure because that really is a very important thing. Do you have your sunglasses on, by the way? Because we all have our sunglasses on. Joe's got his glasses that turn into sunglasses. We need a light shined on Joe.
Yeah.
You must be in a nice environment. I'm standing by the hallway here looking outside on this beautiful day.
Yeah, it is
yes,
a beautiful
yes.
day. It is.
Really quick, we want to hear about the high blood pressure, but we want you to do a little plug for your car show.
Oh, yeah. Okay, can I do that right now?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, the third annual Rock and Roll Car Show is coming up on August 10th, Sunday, August 10th at 239 East Main Street, the Smithtown Historical Society. It's a little over a month away. Really excited about it this year. Got a lot of vendors coming, and it's going to be a judge car show. So whoever's listening in there, guys,
Wow.
Bring your hot rods and leave the keys in because I may just take one for a ride.
That's good. And you got a lot of wonderful entertainment there.
Yeah,
And I was talking to Tommy before. I hope you hooked up with his two recommendations that
Yeah.
they want to. Did you call them, Bob?
No, I haven't called them, but I will.
Yes.
I will surely
Yes.
will.
Yeah, because Tommy said they were
I was expecting a call from you too, and I didn't get one either.
So that's
No,
good. That's
I will call them. We get the bands lined up, and then call Louise. I get confirmation for all of them. With the
Yes.
exception of maybe one or two, but we should have a full venue.
Yep, you are. It's going to be awesome. It's
Yeah.
going to be wonderful. So let's talk about high blood pressure for 1 second. Do you know anybody that had a high blood pressure or?
Don't we, Bob? Bob, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who might that be?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Does he have-
Judy,
does he-
Judy had it, and it
Ah.
was unbeknownst to us, which is so typical of everybody that walks around, but they do call it the silent killer,
Right.
if you will.
We said that before.
Yeah, it was very high, and we never went for checkups, and Judy was fine, and her blood pressure spiked and caused the stroke. Actually, the stroke was caused by an occlusion and a carotid, but the blood pressure was a huge part of it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
it was, I
Wow.
will never, ever forget it.
Oh my gosh.
And that was horrible because of the stroke, the after effects. And like I said, all the our presentations and all, I talk to people and I tell them that's the first indicator something is wrong. Your blood pressure.
Right.
Have it checked. Simple. It doesn't hurt. And,
God bless you.
Bless
so God bless you. Go to a doctor.
Yes.
Something is going on.
Yeah. So,
You
you
know,
know what? There's something I didn't ask
Very.
anybody, but how often should you have your blood pressure checked? That's a
Oh
pretty.
gosh, I bought a machine, and this is kind of funny, but after Judy had the stroke, I was checking my blood pressure every day.
Right.
Which
Well,
was,
yeah.
because I was
Yeah,
erect.
they
But
have-
I don't know. I would think maybe every couple weeks.
Yeah.
Second, I don't
Well,
think
it
and then
really-
diet ties into that too. Your sugar,
Wow.
and your salt, just
Right.
that'll
Whenever
drive it up.
Whenever you go to the doctor, if you see a blood
Yep.
pressure machine out in the street, like they have some
Right.
medical units that
Right.
come
Right.
out to the
Right.
public.
Right.
Do it there. Some they have
Yes.
small
Yes.
units that you can have
Yeah.
at home that
Yeah.
you can
Right.
check it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart. You can go to Walmart. I do believe Walmart has it free.
Wow.
absolutely.
Wow.
Right, but
Be careful is white coat blood pressure because people get panicky and drives their blood pressure up when they first
Yeah.
take it. So
Yeah.
you really should take it twice. But if it's above 170 over 30, something's going on. Or
Yeah.
170 over 40.
Yeah.
That window there.
Yeah.
And it's simple. It's really, really simple.
Yeah,
because
well,
it's
Th-
trouble.
Thank you so much for calling in, Bob. You could stay on the line, but we have two things that we need to touch on. Then we need to roll to a commercial really quick.
Yeah, sure.
We like to we're thankful for this platform of the internet.
Yes, it
Okay.
really is.
The internet
Absolutely.
is allowing us to broadcast all over the world,
Yep. Yep.
and we are thankful for that.
Because Israel tonight is probably watching,
right.
and Canada, because
Canada.
we met people from Canada. I
Right.
mean, I think it's so.
Very cool.
It really is very cool. It's really a gift
Yeah.
from God to be able to touch the world in such a distinct way. So,
Get
And
the
all
word
you
out.
people
Getting
from-
the word out, so to reach out, that's wonderful. Simply wonderful.
Yeah, all you people from Canada, take my number and stay tuned.
and shalom.
I'm going there.
and shalom to all the people.
Shalom.
Shalom.
In
Yes.
Israel,
In Israel.
absolutely.
Israel.
Yeah.
All over.
Y tiene un buen día in Spanish.
Yes.
So, and actually, the other thing we wanted to, before we go to a quick break, because when we come back, we just have to sing the song and roll out. I really wanted to clarify on the video that we did. We spoke about something I saw on Katie's show about eating
Right.
eating individual
Right.
food groups.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that because it was kind of unclear. So it's almost
Yeah.
like eating brochetta.
Right.
Brochetta.
Brochetta.
Projecta.
Brochetta, if you make it, you'll know everything that's in it.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you buy it, you don't know what's in it.
Right.
So,
Yeah, of course.
I just wanted to clarify on that. So,
Yeah.
with that being said, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come
right.
back, and we're going to roll on to the stage, and we're going to sing our song, and we're
Okay.
going to roll out. So, we'll be right back.
I'm gonna go Renee, because dinner's over and I gotta, you gotta take the tray out. Is Joe there?
Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
I wasn't sure you're here.
No,
Bob,
I was
Bob, hold
talking
on.
to you.
Hold on one second. You say bye to Joe. We're just going to roll out in a commercial for 1 second.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is one of the largest suppliers in the world and your number one resource for top quality, affordable tattoo and piercing supplies. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply is the number one supplier of tattoo inks in the world with more than 200 products including Mom's Ink, Philadelphia Eddie's Traditional Inks, Paolini Sacred Color Inks, and more. Technical Worldwide Tattoo Supply, your one-stop shopping destination for great service, best prices, and top quality supplies. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are undeniably distinctive, selected for their unique, memorable flavor. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are delivered to you in beautifully designed bottles featuring limited edition artwork. Coney Island Carlos vintage wines and premium spirits are available at affordable prices in fine restaurants, bars, and liquor stores. Or check www.coneyislandcarlo.com for availability.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Hi, it's Renee Marie, and I want to really take this opportunity to thank Sam Geffen for that wonderful interview. It really does shed a lot of light and information, important information on high blood pressure, right?
And we also want to thank all our viewers.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, and have a great
Yes.
4th of July weekend.
Yep, yep. And Michelangelo, we want to thank Michelangelo.
Good
He's
health
out
to
doing,
you.
yes, good health. He's out doing a video shoot. And that's it. We're going to roll right into our song, and we hope everybody has a little love in their lives every day.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I want to thank Joe for being here, even if he's in pain. Here we go. And I never thought I'd feel this way, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm glad I got the chance to say that I do believe I love all of you. And if we should ever go away, well, then close your eyes and try to feel the way we do today. And then if you can remember, here we go, everyone. Keep smiling, keep shining, when you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for good times and bad times. I'll be on your side forevermore. That's what friends are for. Then you came and opened
keep shining, knowing you can always count on me. For sure, that's what friends are for. For good times and bad times, I'll be on your side forevermore. Let's go, blow kisses. That's what friends are for. Let's go, blow our kisses. God bless everybody. Stoke 'em